Guys, changing oil in a 2017 Ram Cummins, and there's a lot of these videos out, but I did things a little bit differently, and I thought I might kind of share just real quick what I've done that's a little bit different, so hopefully it's helpful. Okay, so as a lot of you guys know, or will find out, taking this filter off is a real pain. It's messy. Now there's a few ways of doing it. There's a place called Geno's, I believe, that sells a cap that screws right onto the top of this filter. So when you tip this filter, you know, on its side or upside down, the oil comes out. That's a pretty good method, it seems like. Other than that, there's no way. I tried putting a blue paper towel rag over the top of the filter and pulling it out, and it made a mess. That doesn't work. So no more of that. So the next thing is, as you can see, I have some factory components that fell off. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it runs fine, but they went somewhere. So I have a little more room to work here, and I just pulled my tube out. Pretty easy to do. It's just two hose clamps basically, and you just pull this, you know, that contraption out of there, and you got quite a bit of room to work to pull this filter in and out. Now, I attempted the rag idea before I took this intake boot off. So anyway, going back on will be a lot easier. Now, here's the other thing that's talked about, and I didn't know until another YouTuber, which has really good videos, pointed this out. Apparently, when the oil comes in, it comes in through these holes around here, and then it comes out where I have this funnel in. Okay, so some guys say you don't need to pre-fill the oil filter. I've always done it, and maybe I've done it wrong the whole time. I'm not sure if it matters, but at least I like the idea better of there being oil in there the minute I fill it up. Whether that's important or relevant, I don't know, but that's how I feel. And now that I understand how this oil filter works, I decided to fill it, but fill it in a way that it's actually filtering the oil, because supposedly there can be small contaminants maybe in the new oil. I don't know about that either, but if there is, this should be fairly effective at being able to fill the oil filter, but you know, make it actually filter. So I got this this filter, or this funnel here, and I cut it off. It's let's see if I can do something here for you. Okay. I kind of screwed it in just a little bit, so I can do this with one hand. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut quite a bit off of this filter, and then I put black tape on it to try to help seal this hole right here. Okay, and so I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but it's not clear full, but there's, you know, it's probably 3/4 of the way full. So anyway, that's how I did it. It's pretty effective at keeping oil out, and somewhat keeping it filtered is the best that I know how to do. And I filled this thing full. This is about 4.5 cups here, a liter and of oil, and I dumped in there, so that should be good. And I went ahead and used Schaefer's 1540. There's a lot of good oils out there, and I've always used Rotella. I think Rotella is a pretty good oil. As far as anything I know, about as good as anything else. My main reason for going with a Schaefer's is that they have a moly additive, and you might want to do some studying on the moly additive. But you know, this moly additive is supposed to be a really slick substance and just makes a really good barrier between, you know, bearings or metal on metal, supposedly. So I've been convinced that you know, because of that moly, that Schaefer's is probably a little better oil than some of the others, just mainly because of that. Whether it is or not, you have to just decide that for yourself. Maybe I'm wrong there, but anyway, that was my decision. And so I guess that's pretty much all that I can tell you there. Pretty much anything else you'll be able to hear on 100 other videos. One more thing I might point out. This filter, this is a factory Mopar filter, and I got it at Walmart. Out of all places, Walmart. As near as I can tell, it's just as factory as anything you'll get at your dealer. And I think it was like 13 or 14 bucks. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. Good oil changing.